Every time.
Well, welcome to our foreign stream. It's Monday. It is a random time of the day because we're taking this show on the road. Only we're not on the road anymore. Now we have arrived at our destination. Wow.
Wow, hello. Welcome to my humble abode. Not actually my abode anymore, but see all the pictures. So many pictures marking band things. It's so crazy.
Childhood home.
Childhood home.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we were last time we streamed. We were on the road somewhere in like Nebraska or something
I
like
think it was.
that. And now we're not. Now we're somewhere else. And this is our we pulled up yesterday and got to sleep eventually, and I've been just absolutely dead all day today. So tired. Um, oh, the music's still playing. I forgot.
They don't want to hear music while you're.
No? You don't want to hear music?
No.
Hello. I don't know if anyone could even hear any of the other stuff because the music was still going. But yeah, we are here. We have arrived at our destination, and today we're just chilling because I am so tired. Tomorrow it's basically gonna be more chilling because we can't really do anything because of weather. We're gonna be hanging out with some people as best as we can throughout the week before we head back home and do a return trip and see some more people and see some more things and rocks and go horseback riding, fun stuff like that. Um, so, um, right now for this week and the next week we're still on the modified stream schedule. So I'm gonna continue to try to stick to Mondays and Thursdays. I don't know what time. It'll be a little easier this week because we're not going anywhere. Next week we're back on the road, so it'll be tough. So I might miss a day or two. And the week after that, should be back to normal. Uh, Mondays at 7, Thursdays at 3:45 Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, for the next couple weeks, it'll just be sporadic, and I'll just be talking about random stuff, whatever I can, and it'll be really quick. This Thursday, the 1st of October, and let's see, tomorrow, I probably can, either tomorrow or the day or the 30th, I'll hopefully be able to do my little video for the inviting people to take the October challenge and the daily music challenge. Um, we'll see how if I can rope some people into that, and see how much I can actually do while we're on the road. And otherwise, it's definitely not easy to do something every day, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to do something every day either. So, but it can be a nice challenge. But I'll talk more about that when I do the actual video. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna put up the GoPro and do a lot of the default settings. I've been putting the GoPro when I've been using it, trying to have everything flat so that I can go in and post and there's more data that I can mess with versus having the GoPro do all the processing for me. Then I can't really mess with it as much. Um, Taking that little video and seeing if it doesn't take too long to upload it with this SD card reader in my laptop. We'll see. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do that, but either tomorrow or the day after, that should be up, and then daily videos in October, hopefully. Most of the days. If I can do most of the days, that's fine. I'll be on here. I'll basically posting them basically everywhere. So if you're watching this, you'll probably see it. Um, but all my links and stuff are always in descriptions. Um, Nothing too much to talk about since we've just been focusing on the trip. Um, what? Yes. What?
Oh, I'm just listening.
You're just listening.
Also listening.
Oh, you're. Why are you listening?
Making sure it sounded okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The producer back here,
Yes, producing. Yeah.
live stream producer. Um,
I just tell you something sounds weird.
yeah, that's helpful. Um, I mean, after Thursday, we saw some friends. That was nice. It's always interesting, um, with the pandemic. Um, I don't know. It's just interesting to see. It is in some way like an all-encompassing experience that we all. I don't know. I guess it's different. It's like if there was an earthquake and then all the homes in one neighborhood were destroyed. It's like, you're having basically the same experience as everyone else, and it's just sort of like the shared, disaster can kind of bring people together to that shared experience, um, and the necessity of other people in order to come back from things like that. But with the pandemic, because it's not as immediate and it doesn't affect everybody the same way, it's like, in a way, it's like the perfect event for this time, right? Where like reality is not like this concrete thing that you can just stand on and say, here's what it is. This is what reality is. Reality is like you're in a whirlpool, and then like you know whatever the whirlpool is made up of depends on who you ask. Like reality is not this obvious thing that we can all agree on. It is something that is like not only fluctuating but like is like completely different depending on what you're talking about and who happens to be describing it for you. And with the pandemic, when you have something that is invisible, as it were, um, people can take it as they're going to take it, um, even if it's like trying to describe the color red. You might choose like slightly different. You might basically understand and agree like this is what red is, but you might choose different words to describe it. So it's like I go here and then I can talk to this person. We're seeing people and it's like, okay, I think that it'd be better to stay, a good distance outside and wear a mask. And someone's like, well, if you're within a certain distance and you're wearing a mask or you're not wearing a mask or whatever, you know, because the information that, as we understand it, is changing, and partially the conversations is like the conversations are probably less like consistent than the actual like information that we have. It's just like how are you getting the information coming to you? So it's been interesting seeing how what we can kind of understand how it's been filtered through different people. Like I think I mentioned it last time where it was like um, you know when we were planning the trip, every state had a mask mandate, and then as we were driving to like Wyoming, Nebraska, there was none. So there were certain times where like you'd stop at a gas station, and then everyone would be wearing masks, and you drive for a few hours, and then no one's wearing masks, and you're like, oh okay, that's interesting. Um, I think it is. On that note, it is kind of interesting that like are people only wearing it because it's required? It's like, oh, if that's not required, then I'm fine, right? It's like,
I feel like that's how some of them are treating it. Like even there are even some people that were like part of like an establishment like the candy shop we went to.
right,
Where do you want me to come over here?
you can.
Okay, I'll come over.
Well, yeah, there's that. Where there's also like places where it's definitely required,
Oh yeah,
you
and
know,
people just were not.
and it was more like a suggestion,
Yes.
if anything. And it was interesting. Yeah, we went to one place.
It was this really
Uh,
lovely candy shop, and it was weird because all the people that were in it,
there's
the
a bunch of
customers.
kids with MAGA
Oh
hats,
my god.
and then the staff were like these old ladies, and then none of
And
them were wearing
yeah, none of
masks.
them were wearing masks. We yeah, and but once like people started leaving, people were wearing masks. Like the
Yeah, some
other
of the
most.
newer people that walked in started masking up.
Yeah. Well, although the candy was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We didn't try too much.
No, we've only tried a
Kind of
couple of
got out of there.
flavors.
Yeah.
We were so worried, and we were like, okay, let's just go. But it was like the place to be at this in this
Yes.
area. It was like in Illinois.
Yeah, middle of nowhere, Illinois.
Yeah. And that's where we were told like that was the place to go. So that's where we went. So we were like, all right, let's do it. Ah, man. But yeah, it's been interesting, like figuring out because like literally with every gas stop that we've had to take, and we need to use a bathroom. At least for me, like I've been using. We have a whole bunch of disinfectant wipes, and I bring that in with me in the bathroom. So like before I even like go to the bathroom, I wipe down everything before I even like do anything because I'm like I don't trust anyone. And I take it and I wipe down all the handles for like the sinks and rinse and like even the soap dispensers. I wipe all that down. They probably look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like I'm not taking any chances because people here aren't like I bet you most of them aren't washing their hands properly right now. And so
Who could say?
yeah, so it's just, call it maybe being a little too worried, but also like I'm trying to protect my parents
Yeah.
and my family that's here right now. And,
Although it is interesting because I think people are very ready to accept that you should like wash your hands and stuff. Like, there's people where
hmm
it's like, oh, like I've been washing my hands and stuff like that. But the surface surface transmission is like there's no evidence for that. It's like
yeah.
everyone says person to person. But so they'll be like talking about, oh, I make sure I wash my hands and disinfect everything, but then they'll get like right into your face and without wearing a mask, and it's like I don't
I'm like,
understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like this is the perfect, you know, event for this time, this part of our timeline where it's just
hmm
like there is no objectivity. Everything is just like I don't know. There's no way to say like, you know, it's like you point at a tree and be like, well, that's like brown, right? And then someone's like, no, that's like orange, or like that's purple or something. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Don't you see? And I'm like, I don't know. It's very, I don't know. It's very apt, I guess. Um, um,
the changing of the leaves is nice.
the changing of leaves is nice.
Yesterday's last leg of the trip was real pretty. I was like the nicest weather I had seen in a minute. It was really nice. I just wanted to take pictures of all the leaves and the foliage, and I was like, freaking out. Sorry, I changed subjects on you, but I had to say.
You had to say.
Well, you're gonna have this for like the rest of our lives, so I might as well have it on recording. It was really nice. We didn't think that we would see any foliage, and I just wanted to point out, like, it's so pretty, and just like I have so many videos of mountainous areas going into our last destination. It was just so nice. I'm so tired. I'll sleep better tonight, I
Yeah,
hope.
hopefully. Yeah, the first night is always like,
The hardest.
yeah, you wake up the next day and you're strained. I need like a couple nights of like normal sleep, and then I can feel okay.
Yeah, I feel bad because I'm getting up early. So like reason made this trip is my car is getting up there in years, and being a musician myself, like it's difficult to afford a new car, and my parents have graciously decided they did not have to do this, but they are graciously giving me their um, their older car, which is still newer than the car I currently have. And
Both cars newer than mine.
yeah, and I mean I've driven quite a number of miles on it at this point, but like it's starting to get more and more expensive to like get my car done, and it just they were planning on driving the car over to me back at our place, and then flying back,
and they were going to be doing this during this pandemic, and I said, no, 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 no. We are not doing that. I'm not putting you, who is high risk, to do that. So instead, I see.
It's at the end, yeah.
I see that. Oh, okay. So I am. We came up with this solution of, it was a good time for both of us to go, and we've never done a cross country road trip. So I'm picking up a new car, a new car to me, and yeah, and then we'll take it back with us. So, and then you're gonna get a new car anyway, new work
Hopefully,
car.
hopefully. I'm trying to see if I can sell my car and get a newer one.
Yeah.
But
But that's like the real reason for this trip. So we decided to make it a nice trip. And honestly, the first third of this trip has been super smooth. We did a lot of planning, and I think that actually worked to our advantage as far as like what we wanted to do, what we could do, despite the circumstances.
right, I think doing a trip like this, like, there's no way if you actually wanted to experience like the road trip of like going through different places and you want to actually experience that, people say you can, go one side of the country to the next in like 3 days. I'm like, no. I mean, I don't think you should take any less time than a week. Honestly, I feel like we could double the length of everything that we've done, and we could actually like go in and experience like these different towns and places. Like, now, in a lot of cases, like, yeah, like if it's not like a major city, like you see one small town, you see the next, unless you like know people there or you know things you could actually do there. But there are some interesting smaller towns in different parts of the country, and if you actually wanted to like stick around, like if we actually sat in like ate at every restaurant that we got food
I
from,
wish.
yeah, we would add like
Ugh.
3 hours to every day,
Yeah.
at least. Um,
And
but
it's,
no, we've just been breezing through everything.
yeah, and we just sat in a car and ate our food at each place. We just sat outside the restaurant. So I would go and pick up the food and be like, "Oh, this would have been nice to sit."
Yeah.
And then we sit in the car. Honestly, we actually didn't make too much of a mess of the car. The messiest thing was the very front where all the bugs got smushed. And I just washed the car today just to like clean it up before we are selling it tomorrow, and all the bugs are still there. We tried so hard. It's not working. It didn't work. So whatever. It's fine. It's going. It's gone. That or it will be gone
They'll
tomorrow.
clean it before they sell it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. They can do the work now.
Yeah. But yeah, it's almost like you have to just like imagine what it would be like to like hang out in some town. You drive through like, oh, that'd be fun to do that, or hang out here or whatever. Except we just don't do it. We just keep going.
Yeah, we're trying a few more things on the way back.
Yeah.
Like a hike. We think maybe you already mentioned that hike, and then.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going on a hike, and then we're going to go see a cave. I already called ahead of time and asked like what are their procedures for this, for that cave, how many people per group are they like letting in, just what are they doing to keep people safe. So based on the answers that several areas gave, I just went with the one that was the safest out of all of them. And going to do that, and then and then the horseback riding for the finale. I've gone before. This will be his first time. So.
I'll try to record it and see if
Oh
I
yeah.
shit my pants or something.
I just told him.
I'll just tell them it was the horse. Like, oh, this horse got shit all over me somehow. It's all on my leg.
I was like, I don't think a horse can shit upward. I don't know.
Well, these are tails, right? They can fling it around.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
It might happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm so excited to see the look on his face when he gets up on that horse and realizes how high he actually is up there. It's gonna be fun. I've only done it a few times in my life. I'm still a very much beginner. I am not someone who I do not go horseback riding on a regular basis. I wish I did, but I don't.
I just don't want to embarrass myself for the Cowboys.
Well,
we're gonna really cool.
We are not gonna look cool. I wonder how many people actually be doing that day. That'll be interesting because it seemed like there were plenty of spaces available. So
I feel like I should get like a round brim hat. Did you even bring a hat?
yeah, I have it in the suitcase.
You haven't been wearing it.
No, I haven't
I've been
been.
trying to protect my face from the sun.
Well, I haven't gotten burned yet. I've just gotten tanner
Yeah.
from all the driving and the sun that beats down on you. I've been putting on sunscreen because I was like, I've heard of people that just like
Fry.
that's just fry in the car from driving for so long. But I think the key is switching every hour and a half. It honestly is so helpful, in doing that. Just being able to do that and like doing 2 shifts each day. So like I took the morning shift, he took the later morning shift, and then after lunch I took the after lunch shift, and then he took the last shift, which is a super hard shift because we're already exhausted and just want to be done with the day. Um,
Yeah,
but
some of those are harder than others, definitely. This last one, I was like,
well, yeah,
I was constantly blinking. I'm like trying not to fall asleep.
yeah, there was a lot of really, thankfully, the section that I had driven before his final drive was really nice, and there's a lot of stuff to look at, and it's very hilly. My car does not do well on hills. We'll find out about this new car whether it does well on hills or not.
Yeah, your car, it's not a bad car, and it's not an old car either. But when going up
No.
hills, it feels like an old car. It feels like, oh, this thing's gonna fucking fall apart.
Yeah, it honestly does. Every time I'm like, everyone just like shoots past us, and I'm like, we're gunning it, and we're barely getting up
Yeah,
that
it's
hill.
literally like fucking pedal to metal.
It's so dumb. So
Going
I'm
like 45 miles up that hill.
It's so bad. Yeah, so I'm hoping that this car well we might go to a national park maybe on Wednesday. It was supposed to be thunderstorms. Well, thunderstorms tomorrow and then like raining on Wednesday, but now it's supposed to be better on Wednesday. So we might take that opportunity to go see some nice sights and travel around because I feel like that's really all we can do right now. Obviously, like with my hometown friends, like I can't even depending on how comfortable they are with seeing us. Like I tell them, we will be social distancing, we will be wearing masks, we will sit outside and eat if we so choose. Like we're trying to be really really careful in the house. This room is the only room where we're not wearing a mask. So including my family. So
Even showering.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
put a shower cap on my face.
It works. But yeah, so like, we're trying to do all the precautions we potentially can, just keep my family safe, keep us safe because we don't know, because they could also be asymptomatic, but we don't know. And we haven't unfortunately had the time to take 2 weeks to just quarantine. So we're taking these measures seriously, just to make sure that we're okay. But we can still have a good time. It'll just be a little bit different, as long as everyone's flexible. I think that's really the main thing. And so everyone's been okay so far, and we're kind of we had to make some changes, and we're making it work. It's good. Um, yeah, it's I don't know. I tend to ramble so off the topic that you were on.
What topic was that?
I don't even remember. I'm too tired. I don't remember.
Well, you wanted to jump in? You jumped in? You joined us?
I did. I was just sitting behind the
I know.
computer. I was like, whatever. I'm here. I was gonna watch. I don't know if people watch Good Mythical Morning, but I love watching that show, and I like they're so cheerful, and I love watching them. And they're like these 40-year-old men who have like such a random childish sense of humor. I love it, and I'm just like, it's just a wonderful way to start the day or end the day. It's just a bunch of nonsense, and I love it. And fun. They have always so many interesting games. I love it.
I started thinking of the Arthur theme song.
It's not. Say hey hey, what a wonderful time of day. You learn to write and play, whatever, and get along with each other. You get to listen. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, when I got taken down.
I'm sorry, but anyway. So it's been fun. I actually I wasn't expecting one of my friends actually showed up in my house today. He works with computers and was helping set up my I have an older sister, and she's getting set up with a new computer. She's about to get ready to move into her first apartment ever. So they're slowly getting stuff together and getting it ready. They're signing the lease, I think, this week on Wednesday, I think it is.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, it was one of those days. I think it's Wednesday though, because it's October. Oh, maybe it's Thursday because it was October 1st is when they're signing the lease. So that makes sense. Anyway, so because of that, they're just like preparing, doing all these things and getting all these, trying to get all this stuff together. And one of my friends who works at a computer company, he came over, and I've known him like all my life, so it's just like kind of fun to see him introduce. And at one point, that guy and we used to date. I mean, obviously, like but we've known each other all of our lives, and it was just like now it's just, we're just friends. It's fine. We did nothing really happened when we were dating at the time.
I don't know. I saw something in your eyes when you're.
Oh, come on. Oh, no. No, it was good to see him. He's a good guy. So, and he's learning to become a gaming developer. And now that I have been diving into more games, as some of you guys have seen, it's been kind of cool to actually be able to chat with him about stuff that he actually does for a living. So it's kind of cool. Enough of my rambling. Your turn.
My turn. Well, I've just been sitting here. I've been enjoying the show.
Yeah.
The conversation.
Yeah.
The explanation.
Yeah.
The exaltation.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that rhymes.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's basically what's been happening. I've been trying to. There's the debate tomorrow, which is going to be interesting.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm probably not going to watch, but I'm sure we'll all see the highlights. I don't know if it's going to be funny or sad, or
It's gonna be both, but mostly sad.
Mostly sad. It's going to be like if it's going to be like two grandpas going into the octagon, and they have to they both get fouled for their incontinence on the ring. And I don't know. But yeah, it's been. We've just been kind of like doing our thing with the trip and kind of recuperating. So I haven't been as plugged in. But anyway, this is supposed to be Mondays are supposed to be the chill streams anyway. So I don't know. Maybe Thursday I'll have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. But today, it's just a sleepy day.
It was very much a sleepy day.
Recovery day.
Laundry day.
Laundry day, yeah.
Yeah, laundry day, and basically for me, seeing my family, just hanging out with them. And, I haven't seen them in a little almost a year at this point, which is pretty typical for me now. Is to only really see them once a year, if not longer than that, in between. So it's just nice to, be able to see them and in person. I talk to them almost every day anyway, but it's just nice to be here in person with them, and you just kind of, a lot of my family hasn't seen me in a really long time. So we're planning a socially distant day, where basically we have set times for them to come and see me. And then,
yeah, it's gonna be like a meet and greet.
Yeah, pretty much.
You do autographs, no handshakes.
No handshake. Elbow bumps are acceptable. But yeah, basically like a meet and greet in an outdoor area. So we're gonna be all sitting far away from each other, and basically like in this public area, and then we're just gonna like sit and catch up and that way. Yeah, it's strange. My mom's just like been planning the whole thing. My mom's a planner. I got a lot of that from her, and so we're just gonna do that all day that one day. And I actually just found out my cousins are able to come as well.
Cool.
So that would be really nice. I have a ton of my cousins. It's been a long time. Like none of my cousins were getting married, and all of a sudden now they're all getting married. Although this is honestly the perfect time because it's probably real cheap.
You don't have to throw together a huge ass wedding.
No, you could save a lot
Just live
of money.
stream.
Yeah, honestly, just like cheapest wedding ever. No, I know they're gonna be saving it for a later date. But there's but three of like my cousins, like all of a sudden, boom, 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 all of a sudden they all got engaged, and I was just like, oh my god, now I'm gonna have to find tickets, or I have to figure out some way to get across the country to like get over and see them. I'm hoping that like a vaccine will have been created and is safe enough for us to take um, before the weddings happen, so that way I can take it and go and be with my family. That'd be really nice, and not have to worry about stuff. But it is what it is, and I can accept that. I think I feel like a lot of people have gotten used to wearing masks at this point. I mean, as much as
I think there
people,
are people who get used to not, like I said, dude, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. Some of
yeah,
the places we went to, it's like we stop at a place in a state where everyone has to wear masks, and like most people are wearing masks, and a couple people just walk around without it, and it's just like, okay, that's just
yeah, and you
how it
just,
is.
yeah.
I guess it's just how it is,
Well, you
and
also
they just
just,
don't give a shit.
yeah, but also it's just like if there's only a couple people, you know what to do in order to get to keep yourself safe. So if they're making the decision to not wear a mask, like just do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. So if it means you get out of position, instead of being rude to them, it's their choice. Just for me, I would just say, I would just get out of their way and just let them do what they're doing, because I'm not going to risk myself and, potentially getting something. I know a lot of, I think actually one of my friends was talking about when we were seeing them, like, oh, our movies are going to be so down, because we have our masks on all the time. But
I don't know
it's
if
not
that's
really, I don't know, because, we're not wearing masks like 24/7. I mean, in my case, I've been wearing it a lot more inside because of my job, and unfortunately, it's with people that I don't see every day. So I do wear it because of some high risk people in my house at home. So I try to make sure I do that for their sake. But like for those that but like if you go outside and there isn't anyone around, I mean, it makes perfect sense to just have it with you. And if you see someone in the distance that is heading towards you, just wear it and then just take it off when you like, at least be sensible, you know be kind to others. um you know you don't know their situation, so yeah.
uh, I guess I don't know. At this point, I don't feel incredibly optimistic that next year is going to be very different from this year in terms of the patterns where it's like, okay, looks like, the graph is trending downwards. We're good.
Mm,
Oh, it's picking back up. Because even in
yeah.
other countries, you know, it's easy to laugh at America and be like, oh wow, you guys are handling this terribly, and meanwhile our numbers are going out down, and then these other countries have like,
There is
after a
an
while they have these
increase.
upticks.
Yeah.
It's like these waves, and until we have some way of, because this is not going to be over next year either. Even if there is a vaccine, this is not going to be over next year.
No
This is going to
way.
continue for a while. But I mean, in terms of like the actual pattern of it, just like, oh, looks like it's going down. Oh, now we can do normal stuff, and then oh, looks like it's going back up. Um, I think we'll continue seeing. What is it? It's like 3 months on, 3 months off is kind of how it's been. I'm pretty sure it's going to be basically that for the next year at least.
Oh yeah.
Um, Even with the
Guaranteed.
vaccine, I mean,
I can.
it's gonna be possibly lessened, but I mean, you also look at how accessible the vaccine is actually going to be.
Is it going to be expensive in the
Yeah.
beginning, because like I feel like things that are in high demand obviously will be more expensive, and with our medical um healthcare, and here is always just so bad. So the fact that they're going to need to give it to literally every person in the country, it's not going to be possible in the beginning. So
Oh, I mean,
who's gonna get
it's
first?
not that it isn't impossible.
It's
It's
just
just
gonna
that
take a
no
minute.
one's going to choose to make that happen. There's
Hmm.
no one who has the authority to make that decision. Like, hey, these should be like basically free. It should be like handing out lollipops.
Like
Everyone should get
like
a
the
vaccine.
flu, like the flu
Right.
shots, like like going to a CVS store and like getting a flu shot because it's what you do. I mean, like it could just turn into that, you know. But
Right. But also I don't know. I guess there's a lot of things in contention. Like the number of people is the amount of people who can and will get a vaccine going to cancel the people who can't and won't,
because
for whatever reason.
I've already seen people who've commented. I mean, there's still many people that are very much against vaccines, and because it's a government ploy, and
They need a government ploy when we've already killed like a quarter million people.
So yeah, so my
Like,
questioning to that is I don't understand. So and I could, I have too many people who work in science departments who talk to me about this stuff to be like, this is a government play. No, it is not. Like, they're trying to do
there are
this.
plenty of actual government employees that you should worry about. So.
Yes, but not when it comes to people's safety and health. I should say health for the most part. It just sucks that everything just shouldn't be as expensive as it is to be healthy. But that's a whole nother that's a whole nother conversation.
Well.
So, yeah. Hope everyone else is doing okay. Hoping. I haven't even checked to see if the fires are going down at all.
I don't think so. It looks like there's. They're talking about like wine country, California. I think some stuff
Up north.
like that.
Up north.
That's not too far. That's not too far north.
Well, I guess because we also Fresno is pretty. Is that wine?
I don't think no.
Wine.
No.
Fresno has wine areas. At least I went to a wedding.
Hey,
I went
you can go look. You can go look that up. No, I don't know. I mean, yeah, because we've been out of California for the week. Doesn't seem like it's getting too much better. We could look at it right now.
Let's see. Oh yeah, they're talking about the wineries, Northern California.
Like Sonoma and stuff.
Yeah. Here, you keep talking while I look.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's basically been our experience. It's basically been what we've been up to, what we're gonna be up to. Yeah, I don't know. It's nice to actually have a chance to sort of change the scenery and change the experience, even though a lot of the same stressors are still present when we're traveling and all that stuff like that, and you know, maybe just like being able to experience something different and not having to have a major focus on events going on in the world right now. Like I've been trying to take little videos on the GoPro, like little like vlog check-ins, I guess. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all the footage and pictures I'm putting together on the trip, but I'm trying to start a brainstorm what I might do with that. But it is interesting, like traveling through the country, like you there is that feeling that like you are like kind of going to different worlds sometimes because everyone has the internet, everyone has TV, generally. Um, a lot of, men, no, I'm not gonna say everybody, but there's general access to these things. Um, but at the same time, like people's experience of, you know, the world is going to be very different, even if they can basically have access to the same information. Um, and it's sort of like not being able to hunker down and be on your phone and look at everything that's happening. Like you'd almost forget, unless other than people wearing masks, like what is going on. Like you you can tell there's an election coming up because you see signs, everywhere. Most of them are Trump.
Although I literally, as we have gone closer to our destination, we did see more, not a lot, and the signs are small, and like it. I mean, but you can kind of understand why. Like, did we really want Biden wasn't our first choice, so but that's who we have, and it's just kind of like Yay,
Yeah.
Biden. So,
So, but it's been, like all, I don't know. I guess the takeaway from that is, if whatever you're experiencing in your immediate, life as was one thing. But I mean, like, for me, I don't try to stay up to date on things and learn about things just like as like a form of like self punishment, which it can easily be if you spend your time looking at social media and seeing you know this thing is horrible and that thing is horrible. It's very much like you're like flagellating yourself while carrying the cross or whatever. Like it's not
yeah.
really gonna do anything for anybody. But at the same time, understanding like I don't know that that I don't want to feel like I am like on another planet or like I'm just like, oh, everything's fine here, everything's fine and dandy here. Because I mean, I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but there are times where like it definitely isn't. Personally, uh, but I guess it's that balance between like feeling like, oh, I'm basically on another world and like all that stuff that people are talking about, it just means nothing to me because I don't see it. Like, well, I was gonna say like the fires in California, but at the same time,
It's
you can smell the smoke from across the country. So
Yeah, it's not. I don't really like. It's not really here right now, but it
no,
was, and my friends were taking pictures, and I'm like, yep, yeah, just it's some. Yeah, if it's like you don't see it, it's like, oh, it's not there because I don't see it. But yeah, it's been nice that like at least I have people that are keeping track, and they contact me because they don't know which
yeah,
area
right.
of California.
Which area isn't on fire?
Yeah, honestly, like which area? I was just looking at the map, and there are new fires that have developed. Some of the really large ones, like the lightning complex fires, those are like 98% contained. So that's good that that's almost gone, or almost, well, not gone, but at least contained. But yeah, there are some brand new ones that are popping up now. So all up north is what I was seeing. But I feel for all the people out there, especially for those who they make a living making wine and like their fields, and like I'm hoping that all of them will be okay for like production, but just the people are gonna be okay, more so that they're all right. I can always rebuild. It'll just take some time, but yeah, it just sucks. It's sucky that each year it's been getting worse. At least since I've moved out there. um, but well, we'll
Yeah,
see.
I guess we'll
we
see.
we will see what
I
happens.
guess we'll see.
I know there are way more people camping right now because they needed a place to get away. Because I completely understand the need to have a new scenery from being in the same place all day, every day. Especially those who are either teaching or teaching from home still, or students that are learning from home, who are making, who had that decision made for them, to be able to do that and, just be in your room all day, every day. It can be very tiring. And, to find a way to be safe, but like camping has been the thing. One of my friends tried to go camping, but literally every campsite that they looked at for the trip was completely booked for months
Well,
after, and which tells me that getting RVs and going camping is the popular thing to do right now because it is a socially distant thing that you can do, especially if you get an RV because well, it's like your own like little place, little home away. Um, yeah. So just like this trip itself was much needed after really like we've been trying to stay home and not like really do much except get groceries and go to each other's houses. And and honestly like that's been it's been enough. Like I will wait as long as possible. You know, my job isn't back yet. We're still furloughed at this point. I know a lot of people in my department have tried to find other means of earning income. I personally have not. I've been lucky with my other part-time job that I have. I've been able to earn enough money to like keep me going without needing to get another job for right now until things get back. But it still has been difficult. But I've been privileged enough. You know, I've been, you know, like lucky enough to be able to have enough income to be able to sustain myself for this long without having to look for more work, and be able to kind of take care of myself, because this definitely has been an interesting few months, especially with like emotions, mental stability, and just kind of taking a look at myself and who I am. And yeah, it's been interesting. Yeah. So, having this time away, I think, was necessary, even with the risks. But I think us, we've done literally as much as we could have done with what had been given to us to keep us safe from this. It sucks that we have
Other than just staying home.
other than just staying home. But yeah, I do like. I don't regret, like, right now. I mean, we're obviously
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. But as of right now, I'm really happy that we did this trip. And so, yeah, it's been. I think maybe one more night of sleep, I'll feel even better.
Yeah, I just feel tired. I don't feel anything else right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. Like, honestly, I think if we went to bed right now, we'd probably crash right now. Don't hit the cabinet. Yeah, there you go. This is a lovely air mattress that my mom had blown up. We have to reinflate it, since I have a lovely twin bed, twin long, just twin, just twin, very tiny bed. So it works. It works for me, but it don't work for both of us. Yeah, it's just kind of funny looking in my room again too. I was just like, I have to eventually take all this with me back to California. And I'm like, one, it's not going to fit in the car right now. And I feel like I have to move into a new place so I have more room to place all this stuff. Ugh. I just look at it, I'm like, there's still a lot left. I thought I for some reason in my mind, I was like, I brought everything out there. I'm good, but there's so much left. I brought my essentials, I guess, is pretty much what I did. So.
Not that much stuff in there.
I know. But there's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of pictures. And all of that is mine as well. It would probably, like, if we had brought nothing in that car, it would probably fill up the car.
Yeah.
Without even having clothes with us or anything. It would just be like those nudists from Europe, from the beach.
Okay, yeah. They just do everything naked.
They do everything naked. The nudist colony. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nothing but a mask.
Yeah. I feel like, how would that work? Because wouldn't they need to cover, like, everything?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, because they would have to cover their mouths, obviously. Wouldn't they have to cover down here, too? Because it's still, like, a hole.
Is Corona coming out of your...
I don't know. I don't know. Would it? That's a fun question. They should ask for the nudist colonies. For the nudist colonies. That would be a fun question. Like,
sucked and fucked and they got Corona.
Yep.
Damn shame.
Damn shame. I don't know. I kind of want someone to, like, I'd pay someone to actually, like, go up and say that. That'd be funny.
Say that to who?
Just for giggles. Was it Fauci? Am I saying his name?
Fauci?
What is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. With him. Be like, so So, like, legitimate question, because there are nudist colonies.
Do the corona come out your dick?
Sure.
Can I piss out corona?
Oh my god. But I mean, it is an interesting something that I don't think people really actually asked either.
I think there's a reason. Well, I don't know. I'm sure there's people who
And
like.
people are uncomfortable talking about it.
I'm sure there's people who assume that it's the case, but I mean, most of the time, it's not particularly relevant.
No,
You know.
but it'd be really funny to just be like, because someone could be, it's relevant to someone.
It's like, hey, Steve. You just sorry. You know, we had our Saturday appointment, but you can't piss in my mouth this week. There's this new thing, the coronavirus, and I'm just worried about catching it. So maybe in a few weeks reschedule, but for now, this mouth is staying clean. So I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. Just like that. I don't know. I think people are just uncomfortable talking about it.
I don't know
You
if that's
think
the
it even
reason.
necessary?
I don't know. This has never crossed my mind.
No.
So.
I don't know. We're in our stream of consciousnly, this is what I was thinking. This is what our mind goes to. Whatever.
Our mind.
My mind.
Yeah. Our hive mind. Though. Yeah.
The stream of consciousness.
Sure.
I don't know. We're just talking about the stuff, and that's
just
all possibilities.
Then,
You just never know.
You never know.
Never know.
Better safe than sorry. Wrap it up whenever you go out. Before you leave the house. Yeah. You never know. Throw a dental dam on it.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, well, next Thursday, like I said, or in the next couple of days, you expect a video. Thursday, try to start posting those daily videos. I'm going to try to post them everywhere. Maybe some days it's more convenient to post to Instagram, and then I'll post to YouTube the day after or whatever. But try to at least be one video a day somewhere. Again, all the socials and all that are there in the description and in the channel description and the about. Thursday, I don't know what time. It depends on what we're doing. But I'll try to stream Thursday as well. And then next week, who knows what's going to happen. But I'll try to post about it on Twitter at least like half an hour ahead of time. I don't know what I'll be able to do. But yeah, continue to try and stay safe and do things that you enjoy and not just things that make you feel terrible. And talk to your friends and family or whoever. Slide in the DMs, whatever, whatever you need to do. Not mine.
Don't do that.
Not mine.
Don't do that.
Why not? You never know. People are lonely. People are isolated.
Yeah, they're lonely.
Now's the time to shoot your shot.
There's some weird people out there. Don't do that.
Definitely do it.
Don't do it.
The person whose tweets you've been liking for the past few weeks, I
Nope.
think they notice. They notice.
No.
You should.
No.
If you liked you go on the Instagram and like every single one of their posts.
Don't do that.
And then
don't be that creep, because we will talk about it.
Yeah, on this stream. On
this stream, we'll talk about it.
We'll find out about it. We'll talk about it.
No. All the females will talk about it.
All the females.
Yep.
I didn't specify any gender.
That is also true.
Like that. I just said do your thing,
Yep.
Do your
Females,
thing.
don't do that either. Don't be a creep. Females and males, don't be creeps. It's fine. Alright, I'm done.